All right, we're just gonna get started with it because they're both here. So let's just get into it. It looks like the overlay hasn't loaded, so let me refresh that. I also know we don't have game sound, so I'll fix that momentarily. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't delay this any longer than we already have. Yeah, it looks like the overlay might not be working on stream. I'm not sure why that is, but I'll try and get that working for the second game if possible. That's interesting. I actually do see it on my screen, but I just don't see it on the... I just don't see it on the live stream, which is very weird. Anyway, we do have BeastMode versus Retals while I try and fix the overlay. BeastMode playing in his first top 8 qual for Salt Mine. That's a fantastic save by Retals to get things started. And on the counter, he is able to get a goal. Let me just go full screen. I realize that we're lagging while I try and fix this. Sorry for the screen freeze. I'll just leave it for now. We'll try and fix the overlay in a bit. Just a bit of a raw Salt Mine stream to start things off. It's a very close match. Hard to predict this one. I don't know exactly what to predict on it personally, because I don't think I've seen Retals and BeastMode play before. But based on who they've played, based on their matches against other players in NA that I've seen them both play against, I'm going to say BeastMode wins this in 5. That's my prediction. BeastMode in 5. You can also tune into BeastMode's channel if you want to see his stream. He is also streaming this, which is awesome to see. And welcome to the channel, by the way, Dutch Viking 24. Thanks for the Prime sub. A Real Gagey, thanks to the Tier 1. Welcome to the channel. Beef Brisket also, 3 months. Welcome back. Glad you're enjoying the off-season content. And also Galix Jackson, thanks for the 12-month Prime. He says, 1 year with this EU fraud. When will you admit that NA is better? Hey, we'll see. Because tonight, NA is defending the pride of the continent. We've got 2 Europeans in the North American qualifier. So today we're going to find out which region is better. We've got EU versus NA in the NA qual. But first we need to start off with a little bit of NA versus NA. Right now Jory is playing Moxie. I was thinking, well, do we just stream the EU match? Nah, this is NA quals. We've got to stream the NA match. We've got to see what BeastMode and Retals are up to. The favorites in this qualifier from North America are Wavy and AJ. Those are the 2 guys that, to me at least, stick out as the favorites to make the main event today. But if I had to pick 2 players, if I'm going to make a prediction who makes it out of the entire group of players, including Moxie and Jory, I'm going to say Wavy and Moxie. I think Moxie might do it. I think he might be the first player to qualify for both main events. I'm gonna predict him to do that. Okay, BeastMode on the counter now. Looks like Retals' recovery is a little bit slow here. Let's see what happened to him on his POV. Oh, he just didn't think BeastMode was going to go. Yeah, Retals turned and then had to half flip after realizing he was getting beaten to the ball. But it was too late. BeastMode's shot from distance did go past him and into the back of the net. BeastMode up 3-1 now. He's able to escape Retals after the kickoff, and yeah, Retals loves to play for off-the-ball bumps, as we all know. This is a big part of his game. That one didn't really do anything. BeastMode is able to dodge right after it and kind of cancel the bump before it could be of any important impact. Yeah, this is a good time to also mention it once more. What is going on with the main events? Why do we have Moxie and Jory in this event? Why did we have Diaz in the EU top 8 qual this week and also the previous week? He didn't make it. Yeah, I know the overlay's not working. It's not loaded for some reason, but I'll try and fix it when I can. I might be able to fix it between this series. I'll just try and leave Rocket League and come back in again. But right now we're just going to do without it. Yeah, the reason why there are multiple players trying to qualify for both events, Jory's, Diaz, Moxie, all trying to qualify. We even had Shaddy yesterday trying to make it into NA for all the way from the Middle East, so he was playing with a whole bunch of ping. Didn't make it today too. The reason why that is possible is because both the main events are in different weekends, or I should say different weeks this year. The 11th, 12th, and 13th of December is going to be the North American main event for Salt Mine 4. Then the European main event for Salt Mine 4 is going to be on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of December. So, I mean, what do we really want at the Rocket League scene? Do we want cross-server play? Do we want to see players from each region fighting against each other? Absolutely. So, you know, are we going to stop players from trying to queue on high ping in another servers tournament? Absolutely not. You know, we let the MENA players play in the EU tournaments. We let the SAM players play in the NA tournaments. We're not going to limit any region for playing in any region. We did in the past because the tournaments had times overlapped and we didn't want there to be a chance of one player having a game at the same time in both tournaments. So this time that's not an issue though. However, we did not let players play in the same week's qualifier. So if you were trying to qualify through Q1, for example, into Salt Mine 4, let's say Europe, you were not allowed to play NA Q1. And the only players who have tried to qualify for both have already qualified for their main region, another thing we did encourage them to do. I think Moxie's going to do it today. I back him. But it's up to players like AJ, it's up to players like BeastMode, Retals. It's up to these guys to defend the pride of NA. They've got to take Moxie down. Or Jarius, we'll see. Maybe Jarius is going to do them all a favor and beat Moxie in the upper bracket as well. Yeah, they were limited. They were limited to what quals they could play. Retals is calling next, so it is going to be GG's here. Let's just we can skip that kickoff goal, and then I'm going to really quickly restart. Yeah, quick restart for me. I'll be right back in Rocket League because we do not have an overlay. So let me just get Rocket League closed and then up and running again. Hopefully the overlay will spawn in. We can refresh the bracket in the meantime as well, see what's going on. Okay, Moxie did win game 1 in overtime against Jarius. AJ and Wavy, as expected, both won pretty comfortably in their respective games. Has TRK been hacked on Steam? Does anybody know, has TRK been hacked on Steam? Terry, do you know? I just got one of those like gift links from TRK in Steam DMs. I'm not clicking that. I'm not clicking your gift link, TRK. Has he been hacked? Oh, no. Yeah, he's just giving me some free credits. Very kind of him. I mean, listen, if he's giving me some free stuff, I do appreciate it, but I'm not going to click that out of principle. Okay, let's see if the overlay is actually working now. If it's not working, then I'm sorry, but hopefully it is. Because I've restarted Rocket League. We do have an overlay. Okay, good stuff. I do have to update the score, however, because I've restarted it. So let me just manually set this to 1-0, as Beast Mode is in the lead. I've also just realized as well that I did not put the flags in the overlay. You guys didn't know that because it wasn't visible. Now, there they are. So obviously the score differential doesn't matter in this format. A win is a win, a loss is a loss, but I do still think this should be a close series on paper. Retals looks like he's in fine form. He actually got eliminated before the top 8 stage of the previous qualifier by Kevin. Oh, what a shot by Beast Mode to go up 1-0. Perfect placement. I do love watching Beast Mode play ones, and I don't think that's going to be a controversial statement. I'm sure that you guys also all love watching Beast Mode play ones. He's so deliberate with all of his movements. He's so deliberate with all of his plays. Very controlled, very active thinker with the way that he plays the game. Intentional outplays. And he does get another one there to go up 2-0. Oh, is the series still... Wait a minute, let me see if I can fix this. What do I need to click? Ah, there we go. Okay, the series should be correct now, and it should remain correct for the rest of the series. I think we've got it fixed. Yeah, what I mean when I say that Beast Mode's a very intentional player with the way that he plays 1v1, and just the way that he plays Rocket League in general. There are some players who just kind of go all guns blazing, full speed. They outplay ghosts, basically. They just go as fast as possible. It doesn't really matter if the opponent's challenging. They're just going to go at 1,000,000 miles an hour anyway. You guys kind of know the players I'm talking about, players like Naupo, players like Dark, but they're super fun to watch as well. But Beast Mode, you won't see him doing that. You won't see him really just forcing the issue. He's very intentional with all of his movements, very intentional with all of his boost usage, all of his commitments to the ball. And if Retals is going to beat him today, which right now it's not looking like he will, my prediction's so far not looking good in the slightest. But if Retals is going to take down Beast Mode, he's going to need to actually outplay him. So Beast Mode will just play very straight up. He's going to hit the ball in his challenges. Very hard to mind game this guy. And like I said, he's just going to go for the ball right there. He doesn't really care if Retals is hitting the ball. He's just playing the ball, doesn't want to get faked. He does get outplayed in this instance, but that is how Beast Mode plays Rocket League for the most part. He just goes straight for the ball. The way I would describe Beast Mode, yeah, because it's an interesting comment here. It's Lamau says, it's me Lamau, sorry, I can't even read. Says he's super aggressive but super controlled. So the way that you can understand that is Beast Mode in offense is not, he doesn't lean too aggressive. He's actually quite calculated, I would say. So yeah, quite calculated aggression, I guess. But in terms of the aggression scale in 1v1, I would put Beast Mode at like a 4. He's not the most aggressive player in offense. However, in defense, he actually skews quite aggressive, especially for the North American 1v1 meta, where backing off and getting boost and full shadowing is more of a thing. You won't see a lot of that from Beast Mode. You'll see a little bit of that, but not too much. He does prefer to just challenge the ball head on. If he gets outplayed, he gets outplayed, but you're rarely going to see him getting outplayed by mind games. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that can help you guys understand Beast Mode's playstyle a little bit more and appreciate what he's all about, in my opinion. Maybe he would disagree. Maybe he'd be like, yeah, Johnny's all wrong. I'm actually totally opposite what you just said. Retals kind of botched that kickoff mechanically, bouncing off the top of the ball. Vatira-esque, would you say? I would say the Beast Mode and Vatira are kind of similar with how they defend. In some ways, I would say that how Beast Mode and Vatira challenge the ball in a very similar way. But the difference between Beast Mode and Vatira is that Vatira, when he started playing 1v1, he was an absolute ball chase, zero boost merchant. Very, very comfortable just challenging with 12 boost or 0 boost. Whereas Beast Mode is a lot more boost conscious, and he'll rarely end up in positions where he either doesn't have boost or can't get it. He's usually able to get boost if he doesn't have it, or he's got it so he doesn't need to go get it. You'll rarely see Beast Mode boost starved. So in that sense, it's a very boost focused playstyle, as I think a lot of North American players and teams are. Better mid game here this time for Retals. Chance to go within 2 goals. Oh, very nice flick actually. Beast Mode wasn't able to read that one. Yeah, I'd say Vatira is a different level of aggression. He's actually more recently been trying to, well, maybe not more recently, but as he developed as a ones player, he tried to incorporate more shadowing into his game because he is a very good reactive defender. But Beast Mode from day one already had quite a solid repertoire for 1v1 defense. One that I was extremely impressed with when I saw him at Gamers 8 last year. How would I describe Dan's style and why they mesh so well in twos? The way I would describe Daniel's style is he is extremely confident in being able to defend against his opponent's attack without having to surprise them. So Daniel in 1v1 and also in 2v2, one of the most comfortable players in the world, just going to his goal and waiting for the opponent to take their best shot and, you know, trying to make a save and gain control of the ball while doing so. So he wins possession with a lot of his saves, Daniel. And the reason that I think that works so well with Beast Mode is because Beast Mode prefers to challenge. He likes to just go, and if the opponent outplays him, whatever, he'd rather get outplayed than do nothing. And that's great, because that's what Daniel wants in a teammate. Daniel wants his teammate to go. Does Daniel care if his teammate gets outplayed? Not really, as long as they're recovering quickly, which Beast Mode will. Because Daniel knows he can make a good save after Beast Mode forces the play by challenging. And that's generally what happens. Beast Mode will not get mind gamed. You'll force the play. he'll go to the ball, put pressure on it, and then if Beast Mode wins the ball, fantastic. If he gets outplayed, all good. Daniel's behind him. It's a really good combination. Obviously, the other reason they work really well is because they're both just phenomenal players as individuals. But stylistically, they mesh excellently in 2v2. Their preferences blend perfectly. Oh, it's a good shot by Retals to keep this game alive. He does need a kickoff goal here to stay in this one. 9 seconds to go. It looks like he's going to play for it. That's a bit of a slower kickoff strategy though by Retals. He's not going to have time, and he drives under the ball to make it even worse. But not that it would have mattered. That was going to be a bit too slow of an attack in order to get 2 goals quickly. Yeah, the wave dash kickoff, wave dash recovery kickoff isn't the best kickoff strat to generate kickoff goals. But the only reason Retals would have gone for it there is if he was predicting beast mode to try and push the ball to the outside, and he was just trying to dead ball the ball pretty much. He's trying to keep it exactly where it is and then try and wave dash to put the ball on target quickly. So since that didn't happen, it was obviously not going to be scoreable. Obviously, the third reason we need to talk about, why are BeastMode and Daniel such a good 2v2 team, but the third reason, the reason that they're able to function so well with Atomic is because Atomic is he's very good at adapting to his teammates as well. BeastMode and Retals are obviously, BeastMode and Daniel are obviously great together. You can't just put them with anyone in the world and have them thrive. They took a while to figure it out with Com. Eventually they did. They kind of were making improvements towards the end, but they were definitely inconsistent. But with Atomic is extremely versatile, and he's proven himself to be an excellent player on many different rosters. Atomic, like I mentioned on my stream all the time, he did great with the initial teams that he played with. So I love this trip tactic by Retals. I was thinking he might go for it again there, but he is just going to play for the open net instead. Oh yeah, the overlay didn't update. Let me just get that manually. Hold on a second. I think when I rejoin the lobby, I need to just manually update it at every stage. So there you go. It should be good now. Yeah, like I was saying, Atomic was a great player when he was on the come up. He was obviously a player with a ton of potential, playing in various different teams. And then when he got his first really big team with Mist and Turbo Pulsec, he was still very, very good. One of the best players in North America. And then from there to team up with JNaps in Chicago, win a major, then team up with Daniel in Beast Mode, win another major. I mean, it shows Atomic's versatility. So you could pretty much put Atomic with any 2 players in NA and he'd probably look pretty good. He'd be able to adapt to them, at least on the pitch. Off the pitch personalities, who knows? But if we're just talking about on the pitch, I think Atomic is extremely versatile. And I actually did do a stream somewhat recently. I can't remember what the YouTube video that came from this stream ended up being called. But I had a versatility category. What was I doing again? It was like, oh yeah, I was building the perfect player. I've got a video on this. I built the perfect player, and Atomic was one of my top versatile players just in the world. I think, did he win it even? I can't remember if I gave Atomic the win on that one, or if I gave it to Vatira, or who else did I give it to? Seiko? I can't even remember who else I had it. I feel like I gave it to Atomic, but I might be wrong. I know he was way up in the conversation. Rise? Somebody go check that video and tell me who I gave it to. I'm a bit curious. I can't remember. So anyway, we are watching Retals' best game yet. This is the kind of match I was more expecting to happen. Retals to get those annoying plays going. The little trips and bumps. Nice save off the inside of the post there by BeastMode. Retals yesterday looked extremely locked in. I got to catch a little bit of his qualifier run. He looks in form, and that's why I thought this would go to Game 5. Because I rate BeastMode pretty highly in North American 1v1 at the moment. He's had some pretty good wins, a couple of ATR top 8s, and BeastMode, although he's a favorite in this matchup, does also, I think, play to the level of his opponents a little bit. Like, he's very good at playing up and giving players who are better than him in 1v1 a good run for their money, but then he doesn't really dominate as much as other top players. So when you see Retals in his current form, I thought, well, this is probably game 5. Well, let's see if BeastMode can start coming back here. That long shot is just going to bounce in off the post. Yeah, the Open Era GOAT obviously is Monkeyman. I think Open Era NA is Atomic. NA greatest of all time in the Open Era, obviously Atomic. Greatest of all time just for North America in general, I would say for me is probably still Garrett G. Although that's, I think, up for debate. Some people like to say Justin. I think it really depends on what you care about more. Do you care more about peak performance? Because Justin was the almost unanimously considered best player in the world for about a year or so. And Garrett was just the guy who was consistently top 5 or so, sometimes higher, sometimes a bit lower, for many, many years. Oh, BeastMode has come back. Retals caught out of position with the early challenge there. BeastMode saw him coming. While we're getting on into game 2 here, I can confirm that the other 3 series are all finished, so if you don't want spoilers, just mute for the next 20 or so seconds. Oh, BeastMode just faked Retals. An absolute beauty. We might be heading to a sweep here as well, if things keep going the way they are. And sorry, Retals, but we do have to see this from your POV, because BeastMode made that quite convincing. And he just made it look like he was going to flip into this ball, and Retals overthought it. Did not play the ball closely enough. Okay, spoiler warning for the other games that just happened. Wavy's swept Drury, AJ's swept Naya, and Moxie has swept Jorius. Moxie in great form for today. That means that Wavy is going to be up against Moxie next on my channel. That's the upper semi-final, Wavy Moxie. My 2 picks to make it to the main event through today's tournament. Retals brings it back to 5-5. Can he get us into game 4 here in upper bracket round 1? This is a scary looking play for Retals to try and defend, but BeastMode goes off target with it. He is going to grab the boost at the far post. Retals expected it to be on target, so he committed heavily to a save that wasn't necessary, and now BeastMode has looped back around, flip reset, and flicked on his head. Not really a flip reset, I guess. I mean, it is, but not on the ball. It's on the ceiling. So we'll call it a ceiling reset. How about Retals' kickoff goal, perhaps? Oh, never mind. BeastMode with a double save. Can he get back into position for a third one? Retals is going to fake him. And that is a little bit of revenge for the earlier mind game. BeastMode pulled on him. Really smart play there by Retals. I love that he's gone for the mind game in that position, knowing that BeastMode didn't have boost to challenge with a lot of momentum. And Retals bumping BeastMode out of the way after the kickoff. He's instantaneous, realizing when that play is on. BeastMode going to try and keep control. But Retals wrestles it away from him. It's an excellent clear by BeastMode. Thinking about staying on the ball here, actually trying to get the boost steal ahead of the ball. Wow, really good positioning by BeastMode there to notice that that boost was stealable without any danger. Now the flick from close range, Retals pops it into the crossbar, chases the ball down. Long shot, forces BeastMode for an overhead save. He's doubled it all the way back into Retals' half. And that is going to be off target and under Retals' control. Ground game for Retals. Early flicks, BeastMode hid behind the ball. Pops it over Retals' head. Both players trying to trip each other at any occasion they can in this matchup. BeastMode has to be careful though. Retals thinking about the demo now. BeastMode with the off-the-wall air dribble. Pre-flip, reset, mind game with the wave dash shot. Retals this time doesn't fall for it. Long range shot from Retals is not good enough. BeastMode can keep the ball up and go for a 0-second goal. Retals actually demos him and can't get back to it. Overtime game 3. It's BeastMode big kickoff win off the inside. Well, Retals can't get back. It's just straight into his net pretty much. And BeastMode has swept Retals into the lower bracket. It wasn't the close series I expected. Last game was a little bit closer, more like what I thought this was going to look like, but overall BeastMode was just too strong, too controlled, and Retals couldn't get him out of his comfort zone for extended periods of time. Tough way to end as well, but it's not the end of the road for Retals. He does go down to the lower bracket where he'll play against Nightya up next.